Today, my lovely friends, we talk about Amaro and we are making cocktail with Amaro. Of course, it's not based completely on Amaro, but that's what's happening today. And for those of you who knows me, you know I love Amaro, and for some reason I've been away from this wonderful little tip for a few months, but I'm back and I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, like I'm enjoying wearing my t-shirt again for a very long time. I forgot it exists. Many things I forgot. New lighting on the back, or ish lighting, trying to figure out how to light my back without getting too much clutter, but that's a different story. Anyway, welcome back to the channel, my lovely friends. My name is Georgi and you're watching Just Shake or Stir. So if you're ready for some shakes, stirs and sips, let's see what we're making today. So today, I'm going to introduce these two books to you. I think this one I've already introduced it before on the channel, but I'm getting back to it. And this, of course, is the one which we are going to use today. So, both books, extremely well written. Okay, so if you're a fan of Amaro or you wanted to discover more about the history of this unique botanical spirit, I strongly suggest you get one of these books. You pick which one you want, or maybe get both of them. It's entirely up to you. As always, the books will be down in the description, so if you decide, you can go and purchase. Now, both of them getting a different stories about Amaro, different depth into Amaro making, but as I say, both of them it's equally fantastic, so entirely up to you. Now we're gonna put one on the side and we are going to get the one from Matteo Zed, the one which we are going to do today, a lovely cocktail, which is giving me the opportunity to crack on my brand new Amaro Montenegro bottle, okay? So the cocktail we are making today is based on bourbon. It's inspired by a cocktail called the Golden Rush, and you probably know about this, which is a fantastic easy drink with bourbon, lemon and honey. But Matteo decided to kind of introduce a different touch to it, because the cocktail in the later stage was introduced with a ginger liqueur, and following these a little bit steps which you can read inside the book, because I'm not gonna go through the story, I want you to get the book. He decided to make his version on this cocktail and call it Fra Bastiano. I think I said it right, and my wife is Italian and she's not here, and hopefully she won't laugh when I say this, but yeah. Fra Bastiano, today we're making a cocktail based on bourbon, but guess what? We're not using bourbon. So today ingredients, it will be rye whiskey, Rittenhouse. Why? As much I love bourbon, and I absolutely love bourbon, you should know that. The smoothness, the vanilla flavors, the whole aromas from the bourbon works beautifully in this cocktail. But today I want to introduce the rye whiskey just because I want something to cut through. I want a little bit more punch, and Rittenhouse it's absolutely perfect for this purpose. However, stick to the bourbon if you don't want to go with the rye whiskey. Of course, we are going to use some Montenegro, Amaro Montenegro, and it's not much, but just enough, just for you know, this wonderful Fra Bastiano cocktail. Then we need a honey syrup, which is 80-20 ratio. Now I use dark Manuka honey here. Obviously, it depends on the honey you're using. The cocktail may have a slight different taste because every honey brings its own flavor. I do love the Manuka honey because it has a lot of dominant flavor and it's a very strong in aroma. So for me, pairing with a whiskey or a bourbon, it's a beautiful honey to use, okay? We need a lemon juice, of course. We need Angostura bitter, which funny enough, it's our garnish today, the Angostura. And finally, as I mentioned before, the cocktail was kind of involved and introduced some ginger liqueur. Now, in this recipe, Matteo Zed called for ginger extract. So you could do that, or you can easily go to my other channel, Mixology Hacks, and check on the ginger syrup hack which I have there, how to make it stronger and last longer, let's put it that way. But today I'm gonna be using the ginger liqueur. Why? Because I like it. First of all. Second, In the making of ginger syrup or a ginger extraction like I did on Mixology Hacks, it's a good way to preserve the ginger and have it for a long time, but fortunately my extraction finished because I quite use it for a while. So I'm gonna go with the ginger liqueur, and I wanna see how changing just few of the ingredients may potentially change the cocktail. We're not gonna call a different name or make a riff on it. Maybe it's a riff, I don't know, but considering we're staying in the same flavor and the same aromas, just changing the bourbon to a rye whiskey, I don't think we're doing a big change. So if you're ready, let's crack on and make the cocktail. So the cocktail is shaken, which means you're gonna have to get your shaker. And this I wanted to mention here. There's a few comments recently came on the channel, people saying too much talking. I wanna say to all of you, whoever step on this channel, this is a place where we share drink, passion for cocktails, and of course, you know, a little vibe of lovely ingredients. So if you are into just a quick recipes, I'm afraid this is not the place to be. And I do appreciate you stopping by, but if you don't like it, just don't watch it, okay? As simple as that. There you go. Not offended. Everybody is free to comment whatever they want, but it's not necessary because nothing's gonna change, my friends. I like chatting, so it will be what it is. So we start with our rye whiskey, which is gonna be 1.5 ounces. As I mentioned before, originally cocktail recipe is with bourbon. So if you like to stick to the bourbon, entirely up to you. Next, crack on my bottle. Ooh. 3/4 ounce or 22.5 ml. So roughly, there we go. Perfect. Bring these herbal notes to the drink. I think it's gonna be fantastic. And I have to admit, I've never made this cocktail before, so I will try for the first time with you here on the camera. Next one, 3/4 ounce or 22.5 ml of freshly squeezed lemon juice, no lime, freshly squeezed lemon juice. Then a 3/4 ounce of your honey syrup. So it's pretty straightforward, this recipe, as you can see. Ingredients properly balanced. You can always extend or change a little bit of the ratio if you prefer some of the ingredients more, but that's entirely up to you. And finally, ooh, my cup broke. Beautiful, fantastic. 1/4 ounce or 7.5 ml. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it here, to be honest. It's just a ginger liqueur or a ginger extract. Yeah, broken, okay. Another reason to make one later on. So this is it, simple as that. All the ingredients it's in. We're gonna grab some ice, give it a good shake if I find my tongs. There we go. Yeah. Give it a nice chill, dilute a little bit. It doesn't need to be over shaken too much, but give it a good shake for around 10 seconds, okay? Okie dokie. It's more than enough. Since it's served over ice, entirely up to you if you want to do a double strain. In my case, I'm just gonna go with it, and oh, no, this one. It'll be served on a large cube of ice in my case, but don't you worry if you don't have it. Just fill up your glass with ice and strain over. There we go. Perfecto. I hope Matteo is approving my kind of a little change of the recipe, but we'll see. He may say something, may not, who knows. And for the garnish, 20 drops of Angostura bitter. Now, because I have the big cube of ice, it's gonna help me to float it on the top. If you don't, try to put your dashes on one of the ice cubes which you have in your glass, so you want it to float on the top. Since this is the Japanese dasher, this is gonna be a long one. 20 drops, that'll be 40 times, but we're just gonna go quickly, and yeah, we'll have a test. 10. That's 20. 30. There we go. I maybe miss few, who knows. Now, just a little. Just want to drop it down the ice so I can float my Angostura on the top and give it just a little swirl. And now, my lovely friends, it's how we can see. Let's compare it. Come on. Visually, I think we're perfect. Taste, well, we should see now. Cheers for the Fra Bastiano, but made with a rye whiskey instead of bourbon. Ooh. This, it's a good sipper, yeah? I mean, I get it why it's with bourbon, because it's gonna be mellow, you're gonna have this vanilla little bit flavor, like it depends on the bourbon you're using. It will be more smooth, but with the rye whiskey cutting through, supported by the Angostura, and with this honey and ginger, oh, guys, boys and girls, beautiful. Like, no matter what you decide to do, following this or get the book and do the original recipe, equally good, I'll say. So I'll see you again next week with another drink. Maybe it's gonna be a mocktail, just warning you, because I'm fed up of watching some extremely boring, horrible mocktails around bars and menus and things like that. I'm not saying on YouTube, just in general. So I'm gonna try to introduce you with a few suggestions you can have if you're not fancy, particularly to drink, but you wanna enjoy a mocktail. So that's probably gonna come next week. But until then, as always, stay safe, and I love you, and I leave you. Bye-bye.